Hello and welcome back to the Remembering Tuscola webcast. I'm David Porter. I'm here with we've got Michael Carroll, we've got William Englehardt, we've got Robert Taylor, and Alanis Morissette, uh, Alan Michener,
Mhm.
and so I use formal names today. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
So the Michael Carroll is Michael G. Carroll. The G stands for greatness.
Greatness.
I don't know about that.
Godzilla.
I thought it was Goofy.
Goofy
Goofy.
Godzilla.
Mm.
What does the G stand for? It's Grace, Michael Grace Carroll,
Gale.
Gail.
Oh, Gail. I didn't know. I don't think I knew that.
I knew that. He signed my yearbook that way with the
Oh,
trophy.
Oh, Homer.
mhm. Yeah, Homer.
Yeah, I can't show anybody my yearbook, Bob. Some of the stuff Edison wrote and you
Well,
wrote.
that's the same way I am because people like you wrote it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's all right.
Yeah. I was thinking about what I put in Sharon Copeland's accidentally. I didn't even
Accidentally.
sometimes it just comes out pretty fast, you know.
Fast before you think, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
What's going on? Anything?
I don't know much.
Well, third grade choral concert
Third and
today.
fourth grade choral concert. Yeah, that's something. Looking
Well,
forward.
I said earlier before we were on air that about the demolition in the downtown area where they're
Yeah.
taking down the elevator office building and Chud's Grill, which was right beside it there, been taken down. Those buildings have been taken down, and we were trying to find out this morning when Bob and I were uptown if that there was any rumors about them taking down the grain elevator. They don't use it any. They haven't used it, I guess, in 4 or 5 years. Wonder if they're going to take it down.
Well, do they have the space to take it down?
Oh, I think so.
Sometimes they have to explode those things. I remember
Yeah,
something.
but I don't know. Dan Alexander was down there and we were talking about it. He said no, he had a friend that was up at Paxton or someplace. That was his business. They're taking them down and they just knock them down and they fall pretty much right in place. Yeah, and they're quite a ways away from the main rail. They have a siding that comes in there behind, but they're quite a ways from the main rail.
They had one in Decatur, I remember many years ago, where they couldn't get it down. It was leaning over and they had to come in and dynamite it at the bottom.
Really? Yeah.
Got so much rebar in there. It's pretty. They
Well,
were days that were built.
we were wondering if with the sale of the ready mix plant from the Smith family, sold to some outfit out of Indianapolis, I guess, and wondering if they were going to expand what the ready mix. They talked about an expansion of that, and maybe that's part of it. You don't know.
Now, your land, that was leased from the railroad, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Did somebody just go grab that lease or?
Well, Cargill did for a little while when they owned the elevator. They picked up on that lease. I still think that was the dumbest thing that the city ever did was by not taking on that property. They could have bought that, and they would have helped them from parking for events, the community building, and all that kind of stuff. But they didn't seem to want it, and I'm really wondering after that if the reason they didn't go after it is because that property was not in the city limits. That property was railroad property, and the city limits was Park Street as it comes up there. At the edge, on the west edge of Park
Well,
Street
they
was the
could
edge of the city.
annex it if the
It's pretty
city.
Yeah,
simple.
I would have thought they could have annexed that and taken
We'll
it
have
in.
we ought to dedicate one of our programs to the dumbest things the cities have done, and we'll just kind of rate them.
Yeah. Well, I just always thought that they would have probably taken that over, but
Well,
Cargill bought. We had another little building which was the original office building for the lumberyard that dates way back, like into the 1800s. that was the original office building. And we'd been paying taxes on it for years. And so I went to Rick Marsh to see, see what the ownership was. And I actually applied for it and got I don't remember what they call it, but we got ownership of it. And then I sold that to Cargill.
I remember I was upset on a couple of historical things. One was the TY Tower that
Yes.
you'll take that apart, board by board, label it, and come and rebuild it either on your property or on the community building somewhere.
Right.
It's an important historical object. And I argued for the city council, and I had a couple of them say, well, that's just an old building. I said, well, yeah, most
of them are, yeah.
Well, and I think the city's done a lot of good things, but I do think as a whole, not talking just about the city, but the community is not taking care of their historical properties.
Well, the other one is
we've lost so many of them.
Back when the mall came, the tourism or somebody's going to build a visitor center out the mall. It's going to cost $250,000 to be a modular. And I tried to argue to rebuild the depot across from the community building,
Yes.
Community center with restrooms, and maybe part of it, one side be the railroad museum, the other part be promotion. I mean, you think a little bit, and I still don't think they should have torn down Mitchell's 3-story building. I know it was going to cost about $500,000 to fix it, but it costs about $250,000 to tear it down.
Yeah.
And that's once you lose a building downtown, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, they did. It's of course I remember when they were doing that Main Street project, they asked me to be on the board, and I said, you don't want me to be on the board, because I said I'm not an advocate of keeping it, because those buildings, the way they're all connected,
They're fire risk.
You just got a nightmare going on there. And so I felt like the move for the city was probably towards the highway.
Yeah, but they warned us that the downtown was always our tax base, and then the car dealers, and all the car dealers are gone except for Ford. You can lose your tax base, the mall's closed. You're back to downtown's your sales tax base now.
Right.
I don't think it's as bad here as it is in some places where you've got those downtown buildings like that, but you also have, thousands of code violations where people have, changed businesses over the years, and they just put in different electrical systems and not always used licensed people to do it, and there hasn't always been oversight, to make sure that's properly done. Tuscola's probably done a better job in that regard than some communities.
Right.
You mean that Jake's pool hall might have had a violation of plumbing?
I would say, but when the city did their TIF program downtown, part of the consideration was bringing everything up to code. You had to have handicap accessibility. They checked your wiring, but they are all next to each other. Every downtown is Monticello around the square. I mean, every town around.
Yeah.
They're all at risk of the downtown burning down.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess my understanding is they passed some kind of ordinance back. I don't know, what was that building? What was the building where Gus's was? What did they call that? It was built around, what did Nancy call that restaurant?
The
Union Square.
Yeah. Those buildings were required to be masonry buildings, because all those structures that burned over there on North Central, they were all wood structures.
Well, that was the Great Fire of 1875 or something. They destroyed all downtown. They were all wooden buildings.
Yeah.
They tried to catch up as you go forward.
Yeah. I just remember the two big fires since I moved back to town back in the early 70s was I guess the hotel was the biggest one. And then the building above the pharmacy, which was the Union Hall and everything, the second story on that.
The Star Store. Well, the Strand.
Yeah, and the Strand fire was a big deal.
He was talking when he came back.
Yeah.
Oh, so when he came back, everything started burning down?
Yeah.
The lumber yard?
No, the lumberyard never did. I tell you what, I do remember the night I thought the lumberyard was on fire. I'd been over to Atwood to eat supper that night with some friends, and we were coming back into town, and I saw those flames, and I thought, "Holy cow, lumberyard's on fire!" Well, it turned out that was the Journal fire.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Uh,
was a good.
But I mean, from a distance, when you're out about a couple miles outside of town and you see all that going, you don't know where it is. So,
Right.
Yeah, we have lost several buildings to fire, but we've had quite a few that have just been knocked down, including the old North Ward School.
yeah,
that, but and South Ward 2 was knocked down. But some of those fires were probably preventable. Um, I don't know what caused all of them, but
I don't either.
like the old hotel, I'm sure was probably not up to code.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, and the other one was a big elevator fire on the south side of the tracks.
Fullerton.
The Douglas County Grain Company, when that old elevator caught on fire and burnt that night.
Well, Rick Marsh's place, Pettit's had a big fire.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Well, everybody in town came out to it. It was a big community thing.
A big get together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Together.
Where your Myron and Carroll's house was, that house caught on fire from the hotel fire.
Yeah, 2 blocks north, and it blew stuff.
Yeah, it did.
I was working for the Corps up in Champaign. They said your downtown's burning down. I was really depressed. And yeah, that blew all the way down there, and I don't know. They had to get up on the roof. I don't know what kind of shingles they had. Maybe they had.
They might have had wood. They could have had wood shingles on it at that time.
Those things.
I had a house on Houghton Street that I went in the attic to do some work, and I found several charred beams in the attic, and I learned that it had caught fire when South Ward had a fire, and it was several blocks from South Ward, but the embers flying off of that fire caught the house on Houghton Street on fire.
Yeah.
But the Doc Deaver's house on off Niles, and I went upstairs. We expanded the bathroom in another room, and when we tore everything down, there was charred 2x4s. You could still smell the fire. And and Lena Summer said that goes back to about 1910. Used to be a boarding house. They had a big fire.
Huh.
They kept the timbers there and put another piece right up against it. I thought that's
I didn't know who ever lived there before Devers. I can't, because I was pretty young when we lived there, and I think I was only 6 years old when we moved into the Niles Street house, and Devers lived there then.
I think Readers might have owned it, Jim Readers.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know how. Beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take out some fire insurance on this house if I can afford it.
Yeah.
It's probably up to code. You
Oh,
ready
okay.
for pictures?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Our town's burning down.
If I can find them.
Well, that'll certainly slow things down.
Let me double check, make sure.
It's pinching you right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't. It's loose.
No,
Okay, I thought it was
it's
pinching.
loose.
Well, hang on just a second. I had them up earlier, and I must have closed them out somehow.
Well, Bill and I would give you some help on this if we knew anything at all about it. Hit the
Sure.
button that says picture.
Hit the F12.
Hit the F12 and then
F12.
hit the F12 and then go pictures.
Or the escape button.
Control Alt Delete.
We're giving you a lot of good tips there, David.
Yeah. This is a Mac, so it's a little different anyway from
PC.
a PC. Okay, I think I got it back up there
Megaton
now.
over there now.
Where at?
They're up there at the top.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, right here.
Yeah,
I see it.
that's
I gotta get this thing bigger here.
yeah.
That's Mary Alvin. That first lady's Mary Alvin.
Oops, I gotta get you back here. Let us get you back here real quick.
Why don't you hit that thing over there on the right and see if that does it?
You lost me?
No,
gotta
we're
get you
we're
bigger.
getting we're gonna be there.
There.
There we go.
We got,
I don't know the others, but that first
Yeah,
one, I know that's Mary Alvin.
Yeah.
Dale Alvin's mother. She used to teach Sunday school or something, if I remember.
She
that.
did. Yeah, she did.
that's the only name I had too on that one. That's the one with her face turned.
Yes,
Yes.
gray, dark, gray colored coat or brown coat, whatever. That's
Tommy David.
Tommy Davis, yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Davis.
This
I
is
just
back
saw
when
her
the-
not, I saw her with Wilma no, it's been a while ago out at the restaurant.
She probably getting prepared for Christmas and family coming in. She did for Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, you couldn't find balloons like you do today, so you just take a marker and you write on
Holly Jolly.
Yeah.
Holly Jolly, and then now they're Christmas balloons.
Yeah.
Becky.
Becky Wynn.
I don't
I
have any
think this
names.
must be the hospital, German hospital used to have a hospital
Auxiliary.
bazaar, and I'm wondering if that's where this was.
Probably. It's in the community building, but probably Hospital Bazaar.
Yeah.
Don't have any names on
That's
this
doing
one either.
some. Right here. isn't it?
No, I don't think
Isn't
so.
it?
No, that's she
Isn't
wouldn't
it?
she wouldn't have been that old at the time that picture was taken, I don't think. That's Mary
Mary
Smith.
She's 102, I think. I saw Steve Laley the other day up from, is Steve the one that was in Texas and married their daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, he's married to
Steve.
one of the
I was
girls.
talking to him when he was back up, and he said they just went out to see her. She's 100 and I think 2, he said.
I'll
Yeah.
be
You would have thought Doc Smith would have made it to 102. He walked every day, ate
Oh,
half
no kidding.
Nick
Yeah.
Rollins.
well, he lived to be pretty old.
He was 100, I think, wasn't he?
Close. He
Yeah,
might
he was pretty close. He was in that same coffee group and
Yeah.
you're right. He would walk uptown. He'd walk uptown, have coffee, and turn around, walk home, and people try to give him a ride. No, I'll just walk.
he'd eat an apple on the way.
Yeah.
Barb Clay says, looks like Cheryl Dukeman Kappas.
Yeah, it does kind of like that.
Oh, yeah. Married Kenny. Yeah. Yeah, that might be who that is.
Which one is she referring to?
The dark
One
hair.
down the dark, the one in the middle,
Okay.
Billy Lee.
Mhm.
Another Holly Jolly. Some of these negatives had some chemical spill on them or something. They got
Polka
spots all
dots.
over them. Yeah.
She had that removed from her face, so I remember when the surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a hand Randall there.
I don't know.
Mhm. And
No, I'm wondering if it's not Pat Flock.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
Bust the balloons.
Yeah.
I should know this lady, but I can't think who she was.
Well, Ann Monahan says it's her aunt, Ruth Henderson.
Ruth Henderson.
Don't know.
I don't know that name doesn't do me any good.
I thought someone might know these people, but I don't have any
Well,
names.
the one on the left, I was wondering if that was Kim Griffith.
I
don't
But
think so.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
What year is this?
I don't know.
I'd say mid-70s,
Like Cindy, doesn't it?
mid-80s. It looks like Cindy, but it's not.
Yeah. Cindy Sherma is who I thought of. And Mrs. Smith or Hauser are in the middle.
Yeah, who's that one in the middle? She's
No,
right
it's
here.
not. You're thinking of
Awesome.
Hauser is not her. Laura. I don't know what those.
Sue Carter says, I think the lady on the right is Viola Coslet.
Okay.
Hmm.
And a couple people said they agree.
Oh, there's
Hackett.
Margaret
Hackett.
Margaret Hackett. Margaret Wetzel Hackett. Yeah.
Hackett. What was her maiden name before Wetzel?
That looks like Mert Easton talking to her.
She was Wetzel. Margaret Wetzel. And then she became a Hackett.
Yeah.
Well, what was her maiden name?
Her maiden name? I don't know.
Toppy Moody says Easton, Margaret Hackett, and then Susan Slagle says Leona Stevens.
No,
No, I don't think
not
so.
Leona.
That's not Leona.
no.
Yeah, I got that right. No one commented.
Oh, no,
Mert Easton.
I said, way to go, bud.
Yeah, did you? Okay.
Point for Bill.
Yeah, way to go, bud.
Huh.
There you go.
Oh, there you
There
go.
we
There's a couple of Mrs. Mitchners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
2 Mrs. Mitchners.
And Becky Lynn. That's that's about 19. You asked me about what year that is. I'd say that's about 1975.
That's pretty close.
That probably was Cindy Sherman back there.
No, she wasn't Cindy Surma then. They weren't even married.
Well, it was about 75. What is 76 she graduated? Could have been her.
She got married in 76, I think.
Do you suppose Maryland's doing something wrong there?
Yeah.
Look at
Probably, I don't know.
Juanita's ready to pounce.
Yeah, she probably was giving her hell.
How did Juanita and Marilyn get along? They're both pretty strong people. How'd they get along?
You just answered your own question.
Where were you when they had these conversations?
I tried to be at work. I tried to be at work. They were both very strong-willed women.
Yes,
You
they
might
were.
say that.
I don't miss easy going.
Pretty
But-
gal.
Marilyn was a joy to work with, to have her on staff. She was really a good teacher, just a great person.
Yeah, she really did love teaching. She really did.
She was good to me. I know that.
Connie Dillon,
Mhm.
right there in the middle.
Mhm.
Yes. Now that's Wilma on down the line, isn't it?
Yeah. No, well, let me see.
Right down here.
Looks like
That's that is Fry. That's Dorothy Fry. That
In the back.
where you just see her head. I think that's Dorothy
all the way to
Fry.
all the way to left end though. It looks like Wilma Allen.
Not Dorothy Fry. What's the other one's name?
That is-
Ralph Allen. Ralph Allen's
That's
wife.
right. Ralph Allen's wife.
Yeah, the one in the
Connie-
middle. Yeah,
Connie
and
Dillon.
I think that is Wilma on the left.
It is.
Connie Dillon is why Becky and I got married.
Connie
We-
Dillon.
Yeah, we were living we fixed up the Deaver house and we're living in Sin for about 2 years because. Oh, Becky.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll stop then.
Mhm.
What kind of pie is it?
So anyway, I've started it. So Connie and her husband, what was his name?
Oh, I can't.
Fred.
Oh,
Fred.
Charles.
they came to the door one day and Becky answered. She goes, "Hi, who are you?" And she says, "Becky, do you live with Mike Carroll?" Yes. Says, "You guys married?" And there was a neighborhood, a welcome wagon. You guys married? So I got home that day from work. She says, "We're getting married." So we did. Who? Oh, they did the same thing to Mooney's when Tim and Lori were living together.
There we go.
Yeah.
They were married.
In the front, there's Jimmy Brookins.
And in the back's Carol Brookins.
Yeah. And then John's right in the middle there in the back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that a Staler on the right?
Yeah.
I think Neil down there between Jimmy and John is a Steeler.
Yeah, over in the upper right.
Could be. Yeah.
I know the boy on the
I'd agree.
bottom right. I can't think of his name. Dorsey. Kenny Dorsey.
There you go. Is the tall boy in the back on the left?
Fruit,
That Bill Fruit?
real fruits who
I
was gonna
think
say.
so. Same age as John Brookins.
See, I never.
That's a Staler.
And that's a Staler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
Mark
one's
Taylor.
Mike? Which one's Mike and which one's Mark is beyond me.
Well, Mark Taylor says back row Bill Fruit, Brian Harris, Carol Brookins, John Brookins, and then he says question mark Mike Staler. So he didn't know who the second one was. But then on the front he says Bob Slaughter, Scott Von Lincoln, Neil Boris, Kenny Dorsey, and then Jimmy Brookins in front. So the one that looks like a Staler, Mark Taylor says, is Scott Von Lincoln.
Scott.
Oh,
Well, sometimes you can't identify yourself.
Mhm.
That's difficult.
Boy, that sure looks like a sailor to me.
It does, but that's coming from Mark. So
Yeah, what's he know?
what's he know? He just a brother.
and most
you know,
most of
thought-
these guys were in my class.
Believe what he said or your lying eyes.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it looked like a Staler too, but it
They
also
kinda-
I can kind of see.
They
Where's
played
that
together,
house?
traveled together.
I figured Mark probably would know.
Well,
Where's that house? Where's that house, guys?
just a second. That's out the park.
That might be at some other ballpark.
I'd say it probably is.
I thought it looked like somebody's residence.
It does look like a residence.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking up there on North Main.
Well, that's where the Brookins family lived next to.
That's right. I think that's the old Brookins house where
Brookins
who
house.
was it that ended up there? Slaughter? Ruth Slaughter?
Well, Joe was next door to him.
Oh, okay. Okay. That might have been the house that Bobby Murray ended up with.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
That's Nancy Lopez, the golfer. And right behind her looks like Miller Barber.
Yeah, but here's the guy that's from Tuscola.
I was more interested in Nancy Lopez.
Mm.
Get the ball.
Boy, she could.
We've seen this one before. Marnie Foltz, back right. Marnie Seibold, back right. Babcock, Marnie Babcock. And
Is that Jennifer Drake there on the left in the back?
Yes, it is. Drake, Kelly Young. Oh, is that a bird? I can't remember. Looks like
Yeah.
that's then Colleen Hartman.
24 is Shauna Bean.
20, yeah, if we go to the front row, that's Gangloff's 12. Is that Clarkson is the manager there on the left? Then Lori Gangloff, Shauna Bean, Davis, she's a Davis, Patty Laley, 22.
Maybe, yeah, 25, yeah.
Some of these girls are in my class. Robert Douglas says next to the coach there on the left in the back is Ann Schaefer, which could be. She was in my class.
Looks like Jennifer Drake, doesn't it, Bob?
Yeah, it does. But you know what, though? I think Jennifer was in Rob's class, so that would be she.
Yeah, you're right.
She'd be too young.
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
Now,
And he
Who's
says
that?
Nellie Black kneeling on the left.
Nellie Black. Oh gosh. Okay. Who's the coach there?
It kind of looks like Mrs. Prawl, but I'm not sure.
Well, I was going to say Sherry Prawl at one time, and it might be, but I didn't remember her coaching at all. But
Let me see if I.
who's 15?
15. Well, I wanted to say it was Leanne Carden, but it's not. I don't think. That's Colleen Hartman there.
Colleen, yeah, the tall one, Colleen. So
Hungry.
Oh, no wonder that was volleyball. It's not basketball, that's volleyball. That's why somebody was coaching them different. Sluter. Tallest one in the back's Dukeman, isn't it?
Greg Dukeman, yeah, right there. So he's a year older than me. Some of these guys are my class.
That Jim Naonis there in the front?
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
it is.
Yeah.
And right behind him is Mark Smith.
Yeah,
Yes.
just like Mark. So Robert Douglas says front row, left to right, Stan Dukeman. That's Big Greg's brother. He wasn't sure about this one. And then Todd Kearns, Jim Naonis, Jeff Davis, David Stumeyer, and Chuck Sturgis. That'd be Chuck here.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a
And,
peach, isn't it?
Peach.
Phil
Peach.
Peach. Phil Peach. And he thinks Carl Ottolini. And it says David Romine, but I'm not sure which one that would be.
Is that less?
Mhm.
Let's see then. Oh, David Romine says, I think first from left, top row. So that'd be, I can get my cursor working right there. Mark Smith, Tommy Peach on the end. And I'm not sure on some of these others. Some of these are a year older than me and some are younger. So I'm guessing this is probably,
Not the,
No.
because Dukeman, Greg Dukeman would be class of 82. This
Yes.
looked to me like maybe Mike Edgar.
I thought Sluter did cross country, not track.
He did cross country.
Is this a cross country
This
team?
cross country.
Okay. That's a big,
I did cross country.
that's a big cross country team.
Yeah, I had a big one too. I did.
This one with the dark glasses. I don't know. It looked a little like Bruce Bird, but I don't think so.
The only two that ran for me eventually were Smith and Naonis and Kearns.
I saw him at the Muhammad Invitational senior year run a quarter mile, about what, 48.7?
Yeah, Mark Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was heck.
he flew. I thought he might win the state.
Chuck Sturgis down here became a doctor.
Tom's son.
I assume that's the Tuscola bowling.
Tom Stevenson standing back there.
Where Polish
I don't think so. That's too early for Tom.
Yeah, he looks older than that.
Is it Tuscola though?
Well, could be Arcola, but
And Karen Wynn says Doris Lamb.
Yeah, I think she's right.
Doris Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's? I'm thinking of Mary Kay.
Doris would have been Richie Lamb's
Okay,
mom and Sharon Staler's mom.
I got you.
Her first husband was Rich Lamb.
Well, now we're back.
Galton.
Now we're back in the 50s. Could be Galton.
It does look a little bit golden.
Sue Wessel says Galton Church.
Yeah. Had about a 53 Chevy there and about a 54 or 55 Cadillac.
53 or 4.
Yeah.
That's an Oldsmobile sitting next to it, look like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sue Wessel Gavin says bottom row, Gene Cunningham, Helen Ulrich, Garnett Morris, Betty Taylor. Top row, Kenny Ulrich, Harry Taylor, and then she didn't know. And Terry Hausman Galloway says Ken Ulrich, top left, Helen Ulrich, second from left. And Marcy Shoemaker says,
Well, that was That was, what's her name's, Hausman's parents.
This is
Clarice.
our Memo and Popo.
Oh, yeah, that's who that Ulrich was, yeah. She lived to be a ripe old age too. She used to live up there in those apartments that that Jim Snyder built up there on Newkirk.
Mm-hmm.
Quick one.
I remember delivering piecemeal to her, and she got up there.
That's Mr. Cunningham. That's Bill Cunningham. And his boys,
Senior,
And
Bill
his boy.
Cunningham Senior, yeah.
two boys. Did he have
Who
a daughter?
also says the Marcia Taylor Towle, her cousin, on the left, Bill Cunningham and son Bill and Buzz Taylor, her cousin.
Buzzy.
Oh, Buzz Taylor, yeah.
He's our class, 65 grad at Arcola.
Well, wasn't Cunningham too? Or was
Yeah, one of the Cunningham boys was in our class.
one was behind me or either in my class, 66.
Mhm.
I don't know that one.
Copy
Whoops,
Beauty
whoop.
says it's Doris White.
That's what I was thinking of, but I don't think it is.
Was that her house that Chuck Turnell owned that I had to buy?
Well, it could have been.
It's a centered picture. Maybe Phil took it.
Yeah.
So this is that couple we had last week that we didn't have names, but I got names now.
Well, good.
Jim Snyder says he thinks it's Bert and Edith Hopewell.
Not Louis' parents.
No.
I think Louis came on the boat.
Yeah, he was. See, when we were in high school, he was Hopewell. His name is now Fuentes.
Yeah, he could have been adopted.
He might have been, yeah.
I watched him run a track thing. He was an okay guy. He ran a mile track thing. They spiked him on the second lap and tore his shoe off, and he ran the rest of the race, one shoe.
Oh, geez.
Everyone had a bloody sock, and he kept running the whole time.
He was
Murray loved him. Murray loved him.
gunner on a helicopter now.
You know, he ended up being he was a
Yeah.
police chief up at Tolono for
You're kidding.
10 years ago, anyway, or better.
10 years ago, he's a police chief. I thought.
He was a police chief up at Tolono.
I thought, what's her name? Bonnie Powell. Tom Powell was the police chief.
He was
for a long time.
He was for a long time, but this is since he was.
Is this Baird? That Mrs. Baird?
I don't have any
I'm
names.
aware. USI, we decided, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Bigwigs. There's
Delbert.
Delbert Grimm.
Right here.
There's Doc Smith on the very far left.
Yeah.
And SL on the far right end is SL Victor and his wife. They used to live down there right across from where Jim Hausman lives now, or pretty close.
So what's this event?
Well, I bet I don't know what year it is, but if this is out at USI and about the time USI was built, Delbert used to be the president of Chamber of Commerce. And I would guess maybe that's about what it was.
Yeah,
My dad talked about working with Delbert when they built the community building. That would have been in the mid-50s.
Yeah, I think this is from the 1955 envelope.
Yeah, that'd be about right. He was probably president of Chamber of Commerce at that time.
A good man. He was.
Yes, he was.
All the best.
Yep, there he is again.
She's reading a good book.
She's reading a good book.
Yeah.
Smart.
Becky Barnes Hollinsby says this is her great grandmother, Ida Mae McKinney Rice.
Gee, many.
Oh, that'd be David Rice's wife then.
No,
That'd be
Okay.
Bud's dad.
Yeah, be Bud's parents, Bud and Jim Rice's mother.
Yes.
Yeah. Gordon's grandma,
Mm-hmm.
Kathy's grandma.
Grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not any good there.
Larry Phillips says top row, left to right, Vern Reeder, Marion Stevenson, Ross Reeder, Floyd Smith. Bottom left to right, Mrs. Stevenson, Minnie Reeder, Mrs. Reeder, Mabel and Adrian Phillips, his parents, and Irvin Von Lanken, Macedonia Methodist Church.
It's Lonnie's dad.
that's Lonnie's.
Oh,
dad.
that's Irvin there on the very end. Yeah.
Mhm.
I talked to Lonnie about his dad. He said dad was no nonsense.
No, he was a
Yeah.
tough one.
He was pretty tough.
Lonnie only got to go out for 2 sports. He said his brother Terry went to his dad. He said, look, he never let any of us kids play sports because we had to farm. Lonnie's got talents. He's the youngest one. Give him a chance. So he said, you got to pick 2 sports. He wanted to play football, but he picked basketball and track. He had to pick 2. He'd been great at
Mhm.
football if he'd played.
You know, the dad looked a lot like young Ed Von Lanken. He really does. Isn't that,
Mhm.
Yes.
remember what Ed looked like?
Yeah.
This guy here, that's Ross Reeder would have been Bob's brother, twin brother. Gail's uncle.
I bet that Marion Stevenson was related to.
He's like Larry Phillips.
I remember Marion Stevenson. He see Marion Stevenson on the county board at one time, Mike.
Yes, he was.
This
I
is
thought he was. Yeah.
Was he from Atwood or
Yeah.
Garrett?
This is Garrett area. This is
Yeah.
Phillips, second from right. That's Ed. That's who was
Von Lanken.
police chief over Villa Grove. He had
Yeah.
2. Myron was one of Lonnie's brother. I've got a 55 album to show you. He was president of the class. I don't know if that's the one. It might be.
Well, Larry Phillips says top row, left to right, Irvin Von Lanken, Ed Von Lanken.
Yeah.
His brother Dale Phillips, John Beatty, Harold Hamilton. Center row, left to right, Marilyn Stevenson, Johnny Hamilton, Larry Phillips, Charles Stevenson. And the teacher is Marjorie Blaine at Macedonia Methodist Church.
Marjorie Blaine, you know who that is. Yeah.
Is
Reed
Harold
Blaine.
Barry Blaine?
Reed Blaine's wife. Yeah.
is
That's
Harold
all.
Hamilton, Hog Hamilton?
Yes, it is.
Which one's that?
On the far right end,
I always
Top?
he
heard,
and Ed.
I think it was Hog Hamilton. Or they would go up Champaign, drive around, and local toughs would come out and threaten them, and Harold would just take a shotgun up the window and says, "You want to say something?" And they'd drive off.
I always heard the story that Ed and Harold Hamilton were in a plane out there at the airport, and because Harold weighed so much, the guy couldn't get the plane off the ground.
Ed was police chief over in
Newman forever, or for Villa Grove forever,
Forever, nice guy.
in the heat of the night.
Charlie Stevenson. That's
Yeah.
2.
Okay. These should be our age kids right here.
Well, one of them's going to be Lonnie.
Well, I'm looking. Could that be Lonnie?
Well, that'd be Lonnie. Be the little. Well, I don't know. Maybe
Just,
not.
Back right.
But in the white shirt. In the white shirt.
yeah, 'cause
No, that or the other little boy next to him.
Next to the rail.
one of those 2 is Lonnie.
Yeah, that's one I thought it was too. I think the one in the white shirts. Bob and I both think that's Lonnie.
Well, his brother might be there, a little older brother.
The only names Larry Phillips says top left, Jerry Reeder, Darlene Von Lanken.
Yeah, his older sister.
Yeah. She married the king that lived
Yeah,
down here on.
He was the
down
guy.
on-
I remember when they came to Tuscola, he opened up an HVAC plumbing business.
Yes.
And I did the real estate closing for him and talked to Darlene and him. And he said, by the way, I heard there was a need for a plumber. Plumbers in Tuscola. I said, oh, yes. I said, it's getting unreal. He said, really? How bad is it? I said, oh, I think for a home visit, I think they charge like $7 now. It
Yeah.
turned white as a sheet. Yeah, he was a good guy too.
Well, Jerry Reeder, that's Gail's cousin. He's guy with the suit jacket on and open collared shirt. He's still living. He lives out there across the road from that Macedonia church.
Well, there's a lot of readers. One in Sullivan, one at Monticello.
Well, this would have been Ross's son.
You know Jerry Reeder. He's
Well, Jerry Reeder was living in Ivesdale. I heard he moved to Atwood. He's married to Daylene Kenny from
Mhm.
Art.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different Jerry Reeder.
Yes, yes.
There's one in Sullivan. There's a Jerry Reeder.
That's a brother to Jerry that you're thinking of.
There's
But-
another Allen. There's two Allen Reeders too.
One of them married Jim Lamb and Mary Kay Lamb's daughter. I think.
Evan's going to play again for Jerry this summer.
I'd light my cigar.
I think Nick.
That boy there looks awfully familiar, didn't he? But in the middle, right there.
Mhm.
I'm sure that is
I
about the
think
right age difference between him and her too. I don't know. They sold that house there on Van Allen Street, and I don't know where they went.
who?
Darla and King, her husband.
Oh yeah, the one that Flesser.
Yeah, they had the house there. Well, years ago, that's where Johnny Morris lived.
Yeah, Paul Flesser lived there too.
Yeah, Paul Flesser lived there too. But they sold that house, but I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
Dave,
talking about the one
his name was Dave King.
No.
Dave King, yeah, nice guy.
They're talking about next to Pettit's house near the courthouse, just to the east,
Oh,
the big blue one.
hmm.
Bruce Romine says this is Zion, south of Garrett, Reverend Arnold Beiser and his wife Louetta. Here he says left to right, Catherine, his wife, recognizes Gary Hendrickson, Margaret Ann Hendrickson, Lee Holmes, Katana Sue Flanagan, Terry Holmes, and the teacher is Madeline Suhl, Suhl,
Where's this at?
Zion Church.
Zion Church, okay.
Garrett territory. Garrett.
Yeah, south of Garrett.
And here we had a picture of this last week.
Yeah.
This is the Macedonia Methodist Church. Eric Alexander says not to be confused with St. Paul's Lutheran Church at Macedonia, which closed its doors and merged with the Lutheran Church in Tuscola in 1929. He says the basement of the Methodist Church still exists. Kenny Stevens lives there now.
Speaking of Lutheran churches, I think Bill and Audrey got married in a Lutheran church on
Not the Lutheran church. It's the same building, but it was
a Lutheran church.
yeah, well, it had been the Lutheran church here on Pembroke.
Yeah. Who was the minister of that church?
Tom Haynes.
Oh, well, I mean, his son went on to be CEO of New England Telephone and Telegraph.
No, that's Gerhard Frecke, who you're thinking of.
Yeah, Frecky was a minister of the old Lutheran church right there.
Yes.
And they lived right across the street to the east in that now a red house.
Yeah.
I think I saw a big backhoe and Bill did tearing the steps out. I don't know if they're taking the whole church down or not. Have you
No,
seen?
just the steps.
What's the theory there?
I assume they're replacing them, but I don't know.
Okay. Bill was afraid of tearing down this place where he got married. I said, well, that's National Historical Site. What is the
Yeah,
only,
there was a
that's the only
post office.
church, that's the only church where there's documentation that Bill Englehardt was inside one.
Yeah,
We can assume he was inside.
When they got married, I don't think they did it outside.
we haven't seen the picture.
never know.
Did you make
Oh,
him do it outside?
No, no, we were inside.
I
There
think
was a
I,
post.
I have to bring a picture.
What, Bill? What what church was that at the time? Was it a Lutheran church?
Church of Christ.
A Church of Christ. That's when Tom Haynes had it.
Yeah, that's when Tom Haynes had it.
Hey, I was across the street, west at the end of the block next to Sonia Reese's. What was that church they tore down there? Remember the name of that one?
It's a good question.
Well, it's the one that's in existence up on Newkirk Extended. I think, you know, there's a church just
Church of
south
God?
of the trailer court.
Yeah, was it Church of God? That's Pentecostal up there, isn't it?
No.
There
No,
used
it
to be
was-
a Pentecostal up there.
Huh?
What was that called? Church of God?
I'm thinking maybe Church of Christ.
Well, same thing, isn't it?
No. The Church of God is what
I'm
they
getting
call
into-
that one that's just north of Road Trammel's office.
I'm getting into Trinitarian logic there.
Yes, you are. Yes,
That's
you
a
are.
United Church of Christ as Ralph deals now.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we know some of these people here. It's a good picture, by the way.
It's really a nice picture.
Leroy Davis.
Mm.
You'll know one, and you'll know it. You'll recognize it after I tell you who it is.
Well, give me initials.
RK. Back row, third from the right. RK.
That's me.
It's Ron Corey.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I wouldn't recognize him. But yeah,
And now that you know the name, you can see it.
yeah.
Well, that's Ron Cordy.
Yeah.
Called a technical foul on me one night over at BMET for standing up.
Oh, I was there. I was throwing you out of the game.
Okay. Bruce Romine says front row left. Eddie Hart, Janet Cordy, Pat Montgomery, and Darlene Schultz. Back row from left, Robert Randall, Stanley Schultz, Doug Jurgens, Ron Cordy, Fred Cordy, and Roger Von Lanken.
Roger. Oh, I don't know how old Ron Cordy is. He's older than we are though, isn't he, Mike?
Yes. Bob, you remember when they implemented that rule that coaches couldn't stand? They did it for 1 year.
Yes.
That was the Bobby Knight rule. They brought it.
Gosh darn, I stood up to praise someone. He teed me up, and I thought, Ron, you're from Tuscola. I'm from Tuscola. We're over here in BMET. You call a technical on
Well, they
me.
knew once they knew that you got out of control, it was going to get ugly. So they had to slam you down right off the bat.
Yeah, he's a rule follower.
Yes.
Yeah.
His son Chris is in my class.
Was the law.
Mm-hmm. Look at the way they're all dressed up so nice, isn't it?
They're
Yeah.
standing on some kind of
Great.
There's that air shaft. What is that?
I don't know.
Cold air return? What's that? Cold air return, Mitch?
Third
Yeah, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
It's-
Maybe it's a cold shoot.
Cold shoot. Well, it's a big one.
Yeah.
You have names?
Bruce Romine says from left, John Hanson, Roger Hurt, Ronnie Jurgens, Sharon Davey, question mark, Nancy Montgomery, his wife Catherine Clausen, and Dolores Grieve.
So Ronnie Jurgens would be Mike Jurgens's cousin, maybe
Mhm.
brother, who knows?
I think the Jurgenses went there too.
He says the corsage means it's probably Easter Sunday.
Probably. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Everybody dressed up. Those were their Sunday clothes.
Yep. Sunday close.
And that's
Huh.
it.
Perfect
I know
time.
those guys. Yeah, I know those two guys.
that 50. I'm gonna get that 50. His name.
Boys, I've got to go to the concert now, so
Hey, one second, Bill. Last night we used the shot clock.
oh
we had-
really?
We had a question
Okay.
that arose. We had a boy in the corner, had the ball, and he was throwing a skip pass over to the other corner, and it was such a bad pass it hit the rim.
Oh,
Does the shot clock reset, even though it was obviously a pass, or does it just keep going from where it was at?
I bet they reset it.
They did reset it, but my comment was, what if it had gone in? Then it is considered a shot.
Yeah. That's why they reset it, I think. You know, by the way, damn, that's a lousy pass.
Oh, isn't it?
Hey, man, need to throw that.
Yes.
I can see Burris now coming unglued.
And if I told you who it was, you would believe it.
And I'm sure I would.
Here, I'll get this one real quick.
Have fun, Bill.
Hey, I will. We'll enjoy it. It
There it
won't
is.
last long.
Irvin Von
The only
Lincoln.
way I could have made a basket in basketball is if by accident.
See if I get Irvin up there. Whoops. I think your sister's here too. Anyway, Irvin Von Lincoln,
Yeah.
president of the class, senior year.
10 years older than Lonnie.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yes.
And had that spit curl up there. Was this your sister's, was this your mother's class, David?
55? Yeah. Got my mom in there?
Yeah, I think I do. If I can get the thing open.
Hey, I'll call you.
You got a good car?
Yeah.
There she
Careful.
is.
Okay. See you, Bill.
See you later.
You may come.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be darned.
How many years of those do you have, Mike?
Oh, I'm way back. There was a store in, I might have been in the 70s or 80s. I was down to Arcola. Arcola had a used bookstore there just west of the fire station.
Okay.
And I went in there and they had about 3 or 4 1920s. I got your dad's, I got Tack Green, 23 is my first one. 25, 7. So I started getting those, reading them, you know.
Yeah.
And then I started collecting them later on.
Yeah.
They're just fun to read. Just
Yes.
Yeah. I've got dads. I still have my dad.
yeah, I just can't believe the people that were. Bob, I think did I give you one with your dad?
I've got one with Dad's. I don't know if you gave it to me or.
Yeah, I gave a lot of them. I gave Lee Williamson one with his dad. Lee Williamson's dad looked exactly like Lee Williamson in high school. I couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I maybe gave you one. I gave probably. I've been giving them to people whose dads in them.
PJ Williams.
They look just like Lee. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Leon Kenny, I gave him. Deb was captain of the football team. Gave
Yep.
Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're neat. I think the library's got a lot of them. I probably
They do.
They do.
They do have quite a few. I've looked at them at the
High school's
library.
got some too. High school's tried to gather up a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
well, good old Bill, he got like he gets to go to a 3rd grade concert.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
Hey,
part of his responsibility now as a grandfather.
I would say he's got every day booked up because he also goes to Washington, where Nathan lives.
All right.
He went up one time. I think he went up one time to a chess tournament his grandson was in. Watching cross country is one thing. Watching a cross chess tournament's another.
Yeah. Yeah.
They try to see all the grandkids. They're doing a great job. They babysit. Yeah, his life is busy, busy, busy.
Yep.
How about you guys? You got big Christmas plans?
No, I probably go over to Indiana to my sons over there on maybe Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I normally go down to Louisiana to my other sons, but I don't know that I'm going to go this year. He was just here a week or so ago, and he's going to be back here the 1st of January. But the downside is I don't get to see the grandkids. But they're, 2 of them are in college, and there's only one at home now, And so I don't know. I don't know where I'm going yet or not. If I don't go, I'll go down later on after maybe the weather's better. I don't know.
So say my thought was it's warmer in Louisiana.
Yeah, but yeah, it is. It's warmer in Louisiana. There's no doubt about it. But it seems like every time there's a lot of atmosphere difference down there. I get sick every time I go down. Seems like I get a cold or the flu or something. And I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of humidity down there. I can tell you that. And I'm in, and this, he lives in the northeast corner. He's in Monroe, Louisiana. So he's up at the very top of the state. So, but it's still awful humid around there.
I know after I went to basic at Fort Benning, I never had a desire to go down to Georgia or Louisiana ever
Yeah.
again. In the summertime. It's
Yeah.
unbearable.
Oh,
Yeah.
terrible in the summer.
Well, it's just like going to Florida in the summertime. You know, that's no fun.
Yeah.
It's,
Bob, you got plans? You got everything figured out?
Yeah, we usually set a day and whoever comes, comes. You know, Mike's really the only one that doesn't have anybody but us, so he and his daughter will come up. And, you know, it's not quite what it meant to be. It was meant to be.
No, it's different, isn't it? You get older.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, everybody's got their own families.
Everybody's got their own families, and then you start. I know when I first got married. Are we off the air?
No.
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 You want to save that story?
I'll say that in the Sharon Copeland thing once you go off the air.
I can go off the air if you're done.
Yeah, my good stuff's off the air.
All right. We'll see you next week on Remembering Tuscola.